One of my F19 best friends, F20, is highly intense with my BF, M19. Huge TL. Or because this is too long. One of my best friends treats my boyfriend like he's her boyfriend. But I'm not sure if I'm thinking too much into it because it might just be her personality. Long explanation. She and I have been friends since middle school. I've been with my BF for a year. She's known to be airheaded and overly affectionate. Has a lot of male friends she is affectionate with and, at first impression, is really innocent, like a 9-year-old girl in a woman's body. She's one of my lifelong best friends. Or at least was. As soon as my BF and I started dating, she stopped talking to me and distanced herself a lot, while becoming one of my BF's best friends. I was fine with it for months. Until she started going to my BF's house at night. Had him taking her places. They live close. It's easy for him to pick her up. And her just being incredibly intense with him. It bothered me a little, but I let it happen. My BF often picks up his girlfriends when they don't have a car. It didn't seem that unusual. The dropping by his house without telling him part is a thing she does a lot with other friends. It can be explained. Then at my BF's graduation party he put his family, his male best friends and me on his table. She was furious when she found out and sent him a whole paragraph stating how hurt she was she wasn't in his table. Keep in mind she was still invited. And that she'd been with him through thick and thin. And that she has always been so fond of him and she couldn't believe he didn't value her as much as she did. Then got mad and stopped talking to him when he tried to explain that I, his GF, was the only non-family woman on the table. She didn't go to the event. This was really weird for me and my BF alike. But we know she has a history of being dramatic. Then she lost me. After graduation, a lot of schools in my city traveled together to Cancun. Their schools went together. One night she got drunk and started crying to him that no one likes her and no guy has ever treated her right. Then she had a fight with all her girlfriends and cried in her room. She started telling the girls that were with her to call my BF because he was her only true friend and the only person that could make her feel better. Her friends called my BF telling him to please come, who refused but still went because he didn't want to seem like a bad person. A lot of things happened in that trip, but this is the most relevant. He admitted to me she was making him feel really uncomfortable, and told me he'd start distancing himself from her. But she continued. My BF went to a gathering in her house, to which I couldn't go. When he was leaving he said bye to everyone normally, but when he got to her she said, "What is this? Aren't you going to hug me goodbye?" Quote, and threw herself at him. He said she was hugging him for too long to the point where he stopped hugging her back and she was still hugging him. When she finally let go she kept her arms on his shoulders, looked up at him and whimpered like a dog. Next morning she told him she was going to his house. He said no way. He had just woken up. She said she was already going, so he lied and said he was somewhere else. She called his sister asking if this was true. She lied as well. I talked to her about it. She said she never thought it would bother me because we are best friends, and we should trust each other. And she'd never be attracted to him in that way. She also said she's so affectionate with my BF because he reminds her of her older brother who isn't with her much. To which, 1. We're not best friends if you haven't talked to me since I got with him, and 2. My BF is not your brother. And it's weird too because she's only overly affectionate when I'm not there. She makes sure to stay away when I'm with him. But again, she's known for being the way she is. I'm not sure of her intentions. Edit. I made a post about my friend. Read it if you want to understand her more deeply. She's really disrespectful to you, your BF, and your relationship. Why are either of you still friends with her? She intends to take your BF. Her intentions are crystal clear. Location flag, location flag, location flag, location flag, location flag, location flag. Is this BF the one that raped you? Get away from both of these people. She's not your friend and she's definitely not acting right. Your boyfriend has already stated she's overreaching with her boundaries, and honestly something probably was attempted at the trip to make him pull up and away from her 100% at that point. She's not being the way she is. She's actively trying to take your boyfriend from you and keep his attention on her. She wants your shiny new thing and is absolutely going to do everything to get it. Y'all need to go no contact with her and actively avoid her. Unless you want to continually expose your boyfriend to someone who's trying to actively get with him. Wait, is this the same boyfriend that raped you? They're both trash. So this isn't the ex you were thinking of going back to 13 days ago? If not, you obviously don't care about him, so what's the big deal? Let her have him. Wow, I do not miss high school. She needs a therapist and possibly medication. And possibly a padded room. But again, she's known for being the way she is. I'm not sure of her intentions. She wants his attention. Not necessarily him. Just his attention and validation. And it's weird too because she's only overly affectionate when I'm not there. She makes sure to stay away when I'm with him. Of course she does. Because she knows her behavior is inappropriate. The litmus test for whether or not someone knows they are doing something wrong is whether or not they feel comfortable enough doing it in front of you. He admitted to me she was making him feel really uncomfortable, and told me he'd start distancing himself from her. My BF went to a gathering in her house, to which I couldn't go. This is the opposite of distancing. Both of you need to flat out tell her this behavior will no longer be tolerated, and if it continues, you will block her and go and see. That's if you want to give her one more chance. Personally, I'd go and see now. M53 here. I've seen all this nonsense before. You've done well to figure out what's going on at a young age. She's putting this ditzy 9-year-old mask on to hide her intentions. One day you'll hear her say, "Oops, I accidentally FCK'd your boyfriend." Regarding your boyfriend allowing her near him, he's made it clear to her that you're his girlfriend, but she won't take the hint. But she's part of the overall friend group, so he's trying to keep the peace. He's probably allowing her to take these liberties because he doesn't want to upset you by pushing your friend away. Make it very clear to him that you're over her clear moves to sleep with him, and he doesn't have to be polite any longer. Let him off this leash of social niceties so he can tell her to FC cough. I suspect she's looking to steal him to hurt you more than to actually be with him. Eject this person from your lives and relationship completely. She is working hard to destroy a thing she can't have. So, the guy you are talking about, is it the same guy from your first post? Just curious. Even if she didn't want your boyfriend, she's being wildly inappropriate. I wouldn't be able to tolerate it and would probably block her and ask my BF how he really felt and what he thinks is appropriate. At minimum, low contact only with mutual friends around. This is a BF problem and he needs to cut contact with her. At this stage you both do. All he has done is enable her every time he caved. And she is only affectionate with male friends? I'm not sure of her intentions. She wants your BF? Couldn't be more obvious about it if she tried. She's avoiding you because she knows she's out of pocket and doesn't want to get her ass handed to her by you in front of everyone. Girl, she is blatantly trying to get with your boyfriend. This needs to be shut down. Like yesterday. He can say he's uncomfortable with it all he wants, but he still goes along with it. She isn't your friend. Is this your first BF? I feel like this is a power play on her part. I understand why you spoke with her. But unfortunately, it's going to feed into her dramatic nonsense when your BF distances himself from her. Which is what he ought to do. No more rides. Late night visits. She isn't welcome to his house unless as part of a large group. And make it plain that he does not consider her a close friend. She sounds unhinged and jealous. Which is a really terrible combination and could lead to some unpleasantness.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.